What's up guys, Barry Gaming here, back with some more Idle Heroes, and today we're back on the Lights Army account, and we're actually going to be highlighting some of the tweaks that I've been making using the Aida. So a lot of you guys seem to like that double V4 Aida video we showed you. We all love the skin, right? We all do. But I've been doing some tweaking, I've been messing around with some stuff. Again, I haven't touched the stones, mainly because, well, like we talked about, dust is a big issue. I'm going to need the dust for my Asmodel. We're going to put that on pause right now, but I've been playing with different gear sets. I've been doing a 2-2 split setup using 6-star gear in the weapon and accessory slot, kind of like how you run her in Aspen Dungeon. But I actually prefer a full gear setup on her. I've seen she just keeps performing better and better. The Splendid Crown is absolutely amazing on her. I've tried different artifacts. It just is hands down the best one I've done. I even tried running her with like or like an attack setup, like a 1-3 with a Splendid A and B. I wasn't a fan of it, honestly. I am running speed enables. I definitely like the vitality enable as well on her. I tried shelter. There wasn't a huge difference. I tried lethal fight back. Definitely not something you want to throw on her. It doesn't really do that much because most of her damage is passive, and of course this only works off active and basic attacks, so doesn't really do too much more damage. The one thing I have done though, I have changed the imprints to be V3+, and I think this is going to be the golden standard for most players to aim for before they have 15-20 million stellar, because I know a lot of people out there barely even have 5, if that. So this is kind of the go-to. This right here costs about, I think it's like around 3 to 3.5 million stellar. But the big thing is going for that speed node. 100 speed. I think this node alone here is right around 900-ish, right in that ballpark, 900-ish stellar shards. So it's not too expensive as an upgrade compared to the attack and the HP nodes. But it's really big because Final Verdict is really the one you want to upgrade. When around ends, deals 400% damage, or 400% of the enemy's attack damage against all enemies, reduce their effect of being healed by 15%, and recovers self by 20% HP. So that is a very, very strong ability right there. Just in case you guys want to see in comparison here, let's take a look. So normally this is only going to be doing 300% of the enemy's attack, lowering, you get 5% more anti-healing essentially, and 5% more healing from the max HP. So it's interesting though, because you would think it would actually perform better with the 2-2 split, but for some reason, every time I do my tests with her and I swap the gear setup around, I just seem to always do more damage, even though this right here is based on the enemy's attack. Doesn't seem to matter. The healing, of course, it would be better if we had more max HP, but again, I'm not seeing the difference. I will do more testing of split gear, 2-2 split gear versus full gear setup. If you're wondering about the gear setups and everything, check out probably one of the earlier videos today. I think the guide, I have a split gear guide and when to use what in certain situations. And I kind of go over that, so if you're interested. But yeah, we are running both of our Aidas at V3+. We are also running both of our Transcendence heroes at V3+, mainly just because we don't have the Stellar Shards to actually afford V4s. If you make a V4, that essentially knocks off like an entire V3 hero. It's not worth it in my opinion right now. Most active abilities are still doing enough damage overall. Oh god, we won't even talk about this hero. It's sad when a V4 of a brand new hero is actually performing much worse than a V3+ of a 2-year-old Chinese New Year hero. It's just crazy. So let's just jump into combat. I know you guys are probably tired of listening to me. We're going to pick some easier opponents at first here, and then we're going to go into some really strong ones. Actually, you know what? Randomize is going to be a really good opponent to test. He has 2C on his team. Let's go with the deer for now. I've been jumping back and forth between using the deer and the fox pet. Overall, it's been pretty good. One thing I want to highlight here, Let's see when Queen gets hit. The amount of counterattack damage that these Aidas are doing is just disgusting. Watch this damage. 4 million compared to the others doing even... Okay, Sword Flash did a lot there, but that was her normal counterattack. That wasn't the Royal Guard. Right here, watch the damage. 6 million versus even 4 million from the Sword Flash, just because of that faction advantage. The counterattacks just deal so much damage from the Aidas. It is disgusting how strong they are. And this team has gone from doing good with the 4 Rogans to just like near amazing god tier as far as normal lineups go. Now that one, they didn't do much. They didn't do much. But a lot of these fights, when I jump into them, the Aidas, if they're not Dove, are doing damage equal to the Sword Flash and sometimes even equal to the so it's usually around the Queen's damage, sometimes doing as much as these Sword Flashes. So watch these counterattacks, just pinging away, just utterly destroying. I love Queen so much. Look at that, 13 million damage counterattacks from the Aida on the 4Cs. That is just crazy damage numbers right there. 4 million hits versus 1 million on a Sword Flash. It is completely kitted out. It's just crazy damage numbers. And this is honestly making me want to build more Aidas on this account. Forget the Russells. I want to go back to building Aidas. I want to keep farming up Stellar Shards. I mean, I'm tempted to drop even another Rogan for a 3rd Aida if I can support the Stellar Shard income, which I'm not sure I'm going to be able to. I don't think we're going to be doing many cores anytime soon. So the only way we're going to be getting them, of course, is through Arc and all the other Void game modes. But, I mean, as you see here, the damage is very nice. The big thing is Aida's survivability with that crown is devastatingly strong. Most of these battles, as you see, were basically done by round 2, round 3. So you're getting pretty much the maximum benefit of those first couple of rounds from the Aidas. And they're just that like sustain hero you need to match up with your others. Now, I mean, of course, Sword Flash is definitely stealing the show overall here. Let's see. I haven't fought Franco in a while. Let's see what this looks like. Ooh, when 4Cs misses the Queen, I hate it. I want 4Cs to hit the Queen because then you can basically kill him round 1 just with all the Royal Guard counterattacks. Look at that damage. It's crazy. It's so much damage. And then that end of round damage is killing a lot. Honestly, if I could drop like one of these Rogans for like a carry on this team, I think it would just be like crazy, crazy strong. Look at those counterattacks. It's disgusting. Oh my goodness. I mean, yes, at the end of the day, the Sword Flash is definitely stealing the show. Hey, there's Mappy. Let's fight Mappy. Mappy's got 2C Lago in there as well, so it's kind of a good comparison looking at 2C versus the Aidas. But I will say, dropping the 2 Rogans off my lineup and putting in the 2 Aidas, because if you guys remember, the Sword Flash and the Queen were both V4 before, and then I didn't really have any Stellars in anybody else. Now I've split that into 4 V3+ Speed Node heroes, and the performance is just absolutely amazing. It's just serving me so well. The survivability that the Aidas bring to your team so that the Transcendence heroes don't get targeted constantly is just great. I mean, look at that damage. That's it's Queen level damage coming out of those 2 Aidas right there. Let's see who else. Let's find some big names here. McShots, we could bully McShots, but I see pay to win border. I'm like, let's take a look. Let's see. Oh, Blubber. Blubber's going to be a good one. Blubber has a very strong account. Let's see what we do. I think Blubber actually won IDA last month, I think. Let's see how he does here, though. Looks like he's got an A and B Belrain on his squad. I don't think I've actually fought his team before. Actually, yeah, I don't think I have. Like, look at those counterattacks. Like, they're just barely even tickling the Aidas. Or normal heroes just get devastated if they don't have an A and B. Oof. This is going to be an interesting fight. The Sword Flash is still healthy. Ours is getting extremely weak. Ooh, we lost an Aida. I think we might actually lose this one. But then again, this is one of those times we're definitely punching up here. Let's take a look at the stats here. I mean, Aida's still doing pretty solid. Let's go again. I don't know if I can actually beat Blubber. Blubber is usually one in like Trial of Champion that just always kicks my butt. He just has like so much more power. And actually that's something I should look at and see what his power is, because I think our team is still under 8 million power. I'm pretty sure. That Belrain's actually doing pretty good, being the highest attack or lowest HP hero. It absorbs a lot of these hits that you don't want your normal heroes to be hit with. Good lord, 13 million pings from the Aidas. And surprisingly, most of my fights with the Aidas go the entire combat without ever using an active. Oh my god, Sherlock. I mean, let's be honest. Sherlock is the big MVP right now. Like, they're still doing really solid numbers. Those Sherlock doves, though, are near impossible to beat. Oh, wait, yeah, I said I was going to look at his team, right? What is his power at? Let's put this in comparison. He has 12.2 million. I have 8. I guess I just got over 8. Maybe it's with the deer pet. Does that count it? No, it doesn't. Okay. Wow. Swinging up 4 million power. Okay, that makes a little more sense. Here's a good matchup against Deuce. Deuce is one of my guild mates here. We have very, very similar powers, almost identical. We do have a sword flash, and he does only have a queen. I think he has like a V4 Russ, I think. I haven't fought him in quite a while because I never fight guildmates in Crystal Crown League. So it's kind of a I don't know situation. Hey, are we actually going to get actives off from both our Aidas? That'll be a first. We never get actives off from our Aida. That's kind of crazy. Oh, wow. We actually got the marks off. Nice. So we're going to have mark damage when they use actives, plus, of course, end of round damage. It should really start adding up. They're just so tanky. These Aidas are so tanky. I love it. And they would be tankier if I did run a 2-2 split. But again, gear is an issue on this account. Look at that bug. You see that? Okay, so it's showing up here too. The hovering Sherlock card. Interesting. Yeah, carries versus Aidas. Aidas are always going to win that matchup. Always, always. Look at that damage coming out of them. Oh, when they can get their actives off as well, they're doing sword flash damage numbers. That is just amazing. Who else? I know we got some other big hitters. Eddie? Eddie's definitely stronger. He's only got a queen, but that's a very similar team. He's another one of my guild mates. Michigan's pretty even power. I like hitting even power to test out the power of a hero. When I'm fighting people like Blubber, it can make it look bad because it's like, oh man, you're actually swinging up 4 million power. Literally, they have an extra half of a team's worth of power when you're fighting something like that. And when you're at like 12 million, I'm pretty sure that's pretty close to the entire team being V3 plus, maybe some at V4 as well. This one's going decent, even though we did lose the Rogan's. Ooh, the queen went down, which is going to be a lot of missed counterattack damage. And ours went down as well, so I don't think our sword flash, or their sword flash, is just going to completely wreck our Aida at this point. Because they're going to dodge everything. Yeah. Yeah, the sword flash is still the MVP. But look at the damage numbers the Aidas put up. They're one of the last ones living on the battlefield. They're getting all that end of round damage coming out. Is really, really nice to see. And let me know if you guys are enjoying some of the PvP content I've been doing. I know I usually stay away from it, but I've kind of been reinvigorated into doing more PvP. Especially, I mean, when it's a light hero, you know I'm always going to be a little fanboy, right? I'm always going to be a little biased, like a little bit biased when it's a light hero. But overall, this one's definitely going much better. The queen living is huge because the counterattack damage from the Aidas is a lot. Come on, our turn. Yes, yes. So we can win. We can definitely get it. The Aidas, again, doing pretty solid damage. Let's find a few more strong opponents here. We could fight Jason June's account, the Butterfly. They have this Cruise Cheese team set up, where the Cruise, I believe, is the lowest HP. So our Sword Flash is going to go in round 1, instantly proc the under 50%. And yeah, we are just stunned essentially for 1 to 2 rounds. It depends on what the heroes purify. But as you see, the Aidas are getting hit by the attacks, and they're really not taking much damage. The Sword Flash is, however. But luckily, by having a queen on your team versus a team like this with that Cruise Cheese, it allows you to still kill the enemies when you haven't even used a single attack in combat. Mainly due to the fact that those counterattacks just eat through everything. And even right here, we're still, I mean, this is so much better than what I used to do against June's team here. So that was actually a decent fight. Look at the amount of end of round damage and pings coming from the Aidas. Of course, Queen literally stunned the entire time, but the ping damage coming out of these Aidas with a Queen on your team is just crazy. And you're doing all that end of round damage too, so even if they're really low health and they have Amun-Ra bubbles up, they can still die through that damage. Let's see how this one goes though. I mean, just look, the Tix is almost dead just from attacking. Both the Tix almost die just from doing their normal attacks against a team that has 0 attacks besides the Sword Flash in round 1. Just pinging away everything. We actually purified quite a few of those stuns. This could be good with 2 marks coming out from the Aidas. Yeah, this is really good. So if you are coming up against something like that Cruise Cheese, the Cruise with that splendid Rui Scepter, this is something that can work really, really well to work around it. I mean, those Aidas are the MVPs. If I did not have the Aidas, there would be 0% chance that I beat this team right here. So it's amazing. I love it. Polo, that could be, oh, again, that's hitting up a lot. At least when we're fighting teams like June, we're very equal power. Arc, again, we'd be hitting up by quite a bit. Jesus, we're going to hit up. Let's fight a couple of these. So let's fight Soul. A lot of you guys that follow Twitch and everything, you guys know Soul. Always generous letting people borrow his accounts to test things out since he has a lot of stuff on his account. But yeah, let's see how we do hitting up now, because we do amazing. Like, honestly, a very, very, very high win rate when we're fighting against teams of equal power. Let's see how we do with the Aidas, or let's see how the Aidas do necessarily, not necessarily if we win, but how the Aidas perform against hitting up 2 to 4 million power on your team. So far we're doing better than I was expecting. In all honesty, this is not that bad. It's actually pretty good. We still have an Aida at pretty much 3/4 health. We have our Sword Flash. His is getting weaker. I kind of like it. I think we're going to lose, though. Mainly, it comes down to those doves. The doves are the big game changer here. Having your heroes doved is just kind of like an instant loss. Ooh. Oh, we got a heal, thank God. We got another mark out? No. Yes, we got another mark out, so maybe that does something. We got big heals on the Aida end of round. No, we're not going to be able to. And this is kind of like the normal performance you see hitting up. No matter who my other 2 heroes are, is just very, very difficult. We'll go against Polo. Polo's probably got one of the highest power on my friends list here. We'll see what it does. Again, that Queen, that's a V4 Queen. Splendid AMB, 1-3 setup, attack, speed, stone most likely. I mean, upgraded skin. Fully, like, this is the strongest Queen you'll probably ever see. The counterattacks kill off the Forces. That's really good. Again, the doves are one huge thing that you can never anticipate for. Hanging away at the Queen. Oh, not getting that. Oh, just not killing the Sherlock and getting that swap is devastating. But we might have a chance here. Maybe. Maybe? I don't know. Everybody's dove, so I honestly don't. We did finally kill the Queen, but he does have the Sword Flash left, which does mean we are going to lose. Yeah. We don't get our end of round heal because we're transfigured, whatevered. But again, very, very good performance. We'll do one more fight here. Ace, is it? No, Ace is weaker. Jesus. We're going to do Jesus here. You know the one. Jesus is always the one that pushes Vortex. I think he's still on the leaderboard as number 1. Let's give it a try. As you guys notice, the top tier teams are all pretty much identical. Sword Flash, Queen, a couple Rogans, a Tix, a Sherlock. Maybe drop a Rogan for an extra Sherlock or an extra Tix. They're all very, very similar. But this one looks promising a little bit. Looks promising. Oh, Rogan, you are so dead, aren't you? No. Oh, you lived. Big damage on the Sherlock. He gets a swap off, sadly. Oh, we got the Sword Flash. Nice. Look at that ping damage. Look at it. Come on, hit the queen. Hit the queen. Yeah, yeah. Look at all that huge damage coming your way. Sherlock, you're going to swap, but it doesn't matter. We can still win. So even when we're fighting up, I mean, the Aidas are doing awesome. I love this hero right now. When a Chinese New Year hero from 19 is outperforming the brand new Tussilago, Chinese New Year 2021, completely trash. Aida is my pick. So I'll do more testing. I'll do more testing with a 2-2 split setup. Again, if you don't know why I would do a 2-2 split setup, make sure you guys check out the split gear guide that I'm gonna have coming out. So yeah, not too bad. I finally found a use for Aida and potentially back in the meta with Stellar Shards. Let me know what you guys think. I'm sold on her. I think she's back in the meta for me, honestly. She's performing very well. She doesn't have that many counters in the game right now. If you're one-on-one against carries late game, most of the time Aida's going to beat out a carry. I think it's a good hero, strong hero, especially Void Imprints, getting huge heals at the end of the round. Absolutely love it. So let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you guys got Aidas and you're doing similar testing. And I'll see you guys next time.